The Chevrolet Silverado EV is almost here. It will join a unique segment in the market alongside real-world competition from Ford, Rivian, GMC, and Fantasyland options from Tesla. And when it does arrive, it's already packing even better range than Chevy had hoped. The EPA estimated number is in, and this thing can go 450 miles on a charge. Obviously, there are always caveats to things like this, right? The EPA estimated range of 450 miles comes on the Silverado EV work truck. This will essentially be the fleet model, so that means it's a stripped down version of what you're likely to find in consumer driving out on the street. Still, even with that work truck model, the Silverado EV is packing a heck of a punch. Chevrolet says it arrives with a dual motor setup for all-wheel drive and plenty of oomph. There's 510 horsepower and 615 pound-feet of torque on tap. Chevy says the first version to launch will be able to tow 8,000 pounds. The RST model will handle 10,000 pounds, but there will be another version coming that apparently will be able to handle 20,000 pounds. Back to the range of the work truck though, because when Chevy first announced it, the automaker said it would have a range of 400 miles, and clearly that number has grown quite a bit to the 450 mile figure. Additionally, the work truck is apparently capable of up to 350 kilowatt charging speeds. That's a figure fast enough to add 100 miles of range in just 10 minutes of charge. It's not just the work truck that will be a long-range rig though, as Chevy has said its top-spec RST model is rated to deliver 400 miles. That's quite impressive for this one since it will likely be quite a bit heavier while also offering up more power. That one is reported to make at least 664 horsepower. It's the work truck that launches first, and Chevy will look to fulfill its fleet requirements on that one. That will be the 450 mile range version. Shortly after, Chevy will have a work truck model with a 350 mile range. And then later on in the fall, the top-spec RST First Edition will launch. This is the one with the 400 mile range and a starting price tag north of $105,000. The work truck, meanwhile, starts at just over 40 grand. And Chevy says it will essentially have a version of the Silverado EV for every price point on up to the First Edition. This includes Trail Boss models and other versions we've yet to hear more about. The RST will be quite a different animal compared to the WT or work truck. This First Edition model will arrive with four-wheel steering, adaptive air suspension, a mid-gate feature for serious cargo possibilities, power release tailgate, a large 17-inch center display screen, and the ability to use Super Cruise while towing. Still, with the power on tap for the work truck and its impressive range, it sounds like the Silverado EV will be quite an interesting option at every trim level. I'm curious to learn a lot more about the potential off-road versions to come, and I also find it intriguing to watch as the electric full-size truck segment begins to really come alive and see how the competition truly shakes out.